with me, I suppose, are the three wise men of Courcey hurling: Donald Quinn, Pete, and John. Donald, it's been a great year for Courceys.
Yeah, certainly it has. We've enjoyed a lot of success, and there's one or two more, hopefully, that we're anxious to pick up before the year is out.
Lined up for Sunday. Yeah. Pete, looking forward to Sunday. Are you all fit and raring to go?
Yes, looking forward very much to it. And certainly no injury problems, and we're pretty confident out there on Sunday. Maybe a bit worried about the heavy conditions. No, all right, maybe.
Right. You're facing Castlelyons, John. You played them before a few years ago.
That's right, we played them in 93, 4 years ago. They had about half of their team all the time. We would be slightly less now, it's probably about 5 playing of that particular team of 4 years ago, yeah.
Right.
That went to replay. We beat them after replay in Park Heath.
Right. We're on this time to Park Erin. How do you see it going Sunday, Donald?
Oh, Courceys will win, of course. Well, now, I mean, there's no, of course we're confident. You have to be no business going if you don't think you're going to win. But we certainly believe that if we get the best out of our players, get out the performance that we know is in them, we believe we'll be there or thereabouts in the end. There won't be much in the game. I'm sure it'll be a tight, hard match, but certainly we're going up to win the match. There's no other thing in our minds, you know.
That's the spirit. Your under 21s are going very well this year, Pete. I suppose this is a bonus, is it?
It certainly is a bonus, yes. We're talking about 7, 8 players on the junior team are on the 21s actually, and they're certainly playing well, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, they're really.
Very good. Where do you see your strong points, John?
Midfield, probably. Park Erin, you need to be strong around the centre of the field area, like, and I think the two lads that we will put in there on Sunday will have to do the business there for us, and I think the players like Charlie White and them are playing quite well all year for us, in fairness. And if we get another big one out of Charlie and partners them there on Sunday, I think that will be the winning of it out around that area of the field line.
Right, very good. Going back to the last final Courceys were in 1970 in Ballinhessig. Do you remember that, Donald?
Yes, I remember. I was at the game, all right. I can visualise being behind the goal, and you know, I can remember some of the players in that, but it was a marvellous occasion that time. I remember being at the earlier matches up in the old athletic grounds, and it was a fantastic occasion. And
so is the buzz there again now this year?
Oh yes, I think definitely the buzz is there again. You know, everybody's delighted to be there and looking forward to the game.
Right, exactly. I suppose going back before that to 57, when now fellow Southeastmen Tracton were in the final. Pete, you remember that game?
I barely remember the two days. But I do. I remember it was in Kinsale that time, yes, and gale force wind blowing the same day, built up a big lead in the first half, and Tracton came back and pipped us in the finish anyway. And it was very disappointing actually, you know, because we were so because they'd almost done. I guess.
Right. Yeah. So that was 57 and 78. Definitely this year, 97. 57 and 97. It's 40 years later.
That's right, 40 years later. Oh, I'm very confident that we will do it on Sunday. Yeah. I was confident from my early year once we could get it going. When I see the county board draws and where the divisions were drawn, I reckon like that the county finalists could be carried down any more division. Or then Carbery would be the next division to it, I reckon. That would make the county final, and the way the draws were made, they would be kept apart until the final, and it has all come through to now.
That's right. Castlelyons, I suppose, to most people, kind of a surprise packet, really, would they?
They wouldn't as first and the ends would be in the first year if you talk about junior champions, and in the year they would have to come right into the reckoning, like they're around a couple of years, and East Cork Hurley's got quite strong there for a few years, like, you know, and they would be there and thereabouts and up to the lips right in fairness, like.
So Timmy McCarthy could be out for Sunday, Donald, tell us. I suppose you don't mind, you're looking to your own fellas.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that all right, and I mean, it's very sad for the player if he is out, and it's sad for Castlelyons. I'm sure they would be, you know, fairly annoyed with it. I mean, like any club would be, but I mean, that these things happen in sport all the time. It could easily be one of our fellas injured, and we had players playing probably in games last weekend. The same thing could happen, you know. So, but I mean, that's just misfortune for them. I mean, from our perspective, I'm sure Castlelyons will still be starting 15, and they're all going to be, you know, I'd say very good players, and we can't change our approach to the game.
That's right.
It'll be absolutely the same.
You say it's 15 against 15. Pete, what was the most difficult game you had this year, do you think?
The most difficult game, I suppose it's hard to say now what's been the most difficult one. We played terrible bad against Shamrocks in the first round. rubbish, absolute rubbish. But then after that, we actually played brilliant against Ballinhassig, and I think if we could produce that kind of performance again, we'd have a great chance all here on Sunday, because that was a really an outstanding display that night against Ballinhassig. And after that, when the Southeast final was a kind of a tough, hard old game, you know. But in the two county championship games, then we were kind of struggled for a little while, and then it wasn't easy at the finish, you know, really. We weren't really tested in any game after that, kind of, you know. I'd imagine on Sunday to be totally different, because I'd say it to be very much 50-50, judging what I see of Castlelyons as well. Very similar hurlers, you know. Yeah.
You've seen Castlelyons play, no doubt, John. What do you think of them?
Yes, I see him twice. I see him in the East Cork final against Bright Rovers, and I see him against against Belnora in the semi-final. Quite average right around the field. Like, they're not depending on no one like to carry the game for him. Like, even I thought Timmy Carty in those games weren't a big player at all. Like, that other players were doing the business for him. Like, they're a well-balanced team, quite a good half back line, and you know, they're a good balanced team. To me, it'll be very, very tight on the day.
So we're all going here, for, I'd say, for a Courcey win on Sunday. There'll be some celebrations, but I suppose celebrations have to be curtailed a little with the under-21 final coming up. But nevertheless, it's a confident Courcey Rovers camp facing into Sunday's final, and we wish them all the best of luck.
And we had a very tough game in the final against Valley Rovers.
That's right. Turning on into the county trail, where did you get your hand this game there?
I was trying to say, I think the two games we've had were both tough games. Like, people might say we got the easier side of the job when we came into the county, but I think there's no easy games when you come in that far. Like, Shanballymore gave us a good, hard, tough game. We kind of let them have it as us maybe in the last quarter of an hour. We got some good more forwards, and you know, I think maybe the scoreline reflected in the amount of possession we had against New Piercing. I think was another tough game. They gave us a really hard game in the first half, and it was maybe again the second half, maybe our finishing maybe helped us. Maybe our forwards came into it more and threw away some good scores.
Yeah, you're a very young team. Is that standing to you kind of very coming good at the end of matches in the last quarter or whatever?
Yeah, I suppose it is a very young team, this year. People have said that this is the youngest team that ever has won a championship. Of course, it's a junior team that has ever won a junior championship. I think maybe it is standing just maybe in a way, maybe our fitness maybe is carrying us through a lot of times. Kevin Coyle, you know, his training this year, and I think he's keeping the fitness level up since the start of the year to know. I think we're going well in it.
Yeah, right. What was your hardest hour this year, Brian?
My hardest hour, it wasn't my hardest hour, because in the first round against Piercy, I not having the Piercy, sorry, Shanballymore. I flew going into the game, and I came off. You know, I was very disappointed that day, but I had to come off. But I just couldn't continue. But I consider that maybe one of my hardest games this year. But I suppose really the Valley Rovers game was a very tough game, alright, like, and everyone who played.
That's right. Conditions were kind of wet and heavy against the Rovers and Ballinhassig that day. We were lucky to play the game. I suppose it will be similar Sunday.
It was heavy. It was a wet weekend, I suppose, alright, you could say. Fair play to Ballinhassig. The pitch was in top order, you know. It was as good as around, I'd say, and probably a lot better than more places. This weekend now again, we're after a lot of rain now again. This week now again, and pitches are all very heavy, no matter what pitch you're going to. I think it's going to come down to on the day who wants it most, like, you know, the way the pitches are.
That's right. You came good, as you say, in the damp conditions of Ballinhassig in the Southeast final. Do you think you're going to come good against Sunday in Park Urin?
Well, I'd be very hopeful. Hopefully, we spoke before the game in the Southeast final against Valley Rovers, and I said I was very hopeful that we could come through one day and it would be a tough battle against Valley Rovers. Valley Rovers are always a strong, tough side. I expect we played Castlelyons in '93 when we got out of the Southeast the last time, and we had a very tough, hard game with 2 games around to get over them. And I think there'll be nothing different in this. Will be much the same.
Right, yeah. But I suppose come Sunday evening, I suppose the red and white will be flying here in Ballinspittle.
Ballinspittle and Ballinadee, hopefully.
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully they'll be flying in both places, and hopefully we'll be bringing back a cup for the first time. The Courceys, a county junior cup, taking it from our neighbours to League who won it last year. So
that's
hopefully
right.
it won't have to come too far back to Ballinspittle and Ballinadee. We'll be very happy.
Right. I suppose it's the third time for Courcey Rovers in the final, 57, 17, now 97, and hopefully Brian will be third time lucky. Thanks very much.
Hopefully, thanks very much.
With me is John O'Donoghue. John, played on the back line this year for Courceys and kept every forward at bay. How do you looking forward to Sunday's game? How do you see it going?
We're looking very much forward to it. We're training hard all year for this. We start in January, so we're kind of thereabouts the last 2 years. Only we didn't get the right break. So we're looking forward
as
to
you
it.
say, John, it's been a very hard year. Are you tired at this time of the year? I suppose you couldn't be tired facing into a county final.
We're not tired this week, but it'd be nice to get it over now too.
That's right.
The year's dragging on, conditions are getting very mucky. But seeing athletics be great to win Sunday to be worth it all in the long run.
Absolutely. Eve, young team, I suppose, John, have you? Where do you see your strengths?
It's hard to say. We're very strong all around. It's very even bunch. Like there's no exceptional player, and everyone's a good team.
Right. And you have a good panel as well.
Yeah, a very good strong panel. The selectors will have an awful difficult job picking team. I wouldn't like their task. So.
That's right. That's right. And looking back over the year, John, what was I asked to Brian as well? What was your hardest game?
I suppose I have to say the Valleys, Benny psychologically and everything.
Exactly.
It was definitely a hard one. We were glad to get over it.
Right.
Because they had nothing to lose. We had everything to lose.
That's
we were red hot favourites in the day, so it was it's nice to be to win it.
Yeah. Did you play the last time in Park Eren in '93?
Yeah.
And you beat Castlelyons. Did you beat Castlelyons in Park Eren?
We played Park Keefe first, yeah.
Did you play them then in Park Eren, or did you play them both games in Park Keefe?
We played both games in Park Keefe.
Right. It was on then to Park Eren for Blarney, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
You were a bit unlucky in that game, maybe.
Yeah, actually we were very unlucky that I think we threw away the county that year.
Yes.
Was green to go up and just.
Right. But you're saying you won't throw it away this year?
Oh no way. No, not a hope. Not going to let this one go.
Right. No. So a very confident John O'Donoghue looking forward to Sunday's game, and the best of luck, John, and I hope you have a great game Sunday.
Thanks very much.
John, Chairman of Courceys, I suppose it's a terrific year to be Chairman of Courceys.
Oh, it is, of course. Any year you win a championship, Saudis championship, it's a good year, but with the kind of success we have had this year, it's an extraordinarily good year.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. You've won under 16, minor, under 21. Anything in hurling that's to be won, you've won it.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Right. Yeah. You've a great panel of players for Sunday as well, have you?
We have indeed. There's 30 in training. 2 nights a week there over the last 6 months.
Right.
There's great competition for places, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's very tough, I suppose, training for the last few weeks. We have darkness and then we have wet weather.
Yes, yeah. Tonight now especially the conditions were terrible.
Right.
But if you remember the last time you were down here, before the Saudi final, it was equally a bad night.
We always bring good luck to Benspittle.
Hope so.
Right. Looking back over the year and starting off, I suppose, with Shamrocks, that game we kind of struggled a little maybe, and Shamrocks didn't play well.
We did indeed. That was a poor game for us.
Right.
And we were lucky to overcome.
Right, yeah. But you got that bad game out of your system and proceeded to play great stuff against Ballinhassig.
Yeah, I suppose Ballinhassig was the highlight of the year. It was the highlight as far as the performance was concerned anyway.
Right, yes.
And I suppose for Sunday we'll have to repeat that kind of performance.
Absolutely, yeah. Ballinhassig, I suppose, was the team to be beaten, and then the final was a tough game as well against Valley Rovers.
Yes, it was a totally different game to the Ballinhassig game. It was a tough old struggle, and
right.
that was the kind of a game we expected, and that's, the local derbies, and that's usually turn out that type.
You had 2 games in the county. Which was your toughest game?
I suppose Ballymore. What a good team.
Yes.
It was a good team. But we were lucky we got the scores on the day.
Right.
And for 45 minutes it was touch and go.
That's right. Yeah.
And then we got a couple of goals and we kind of
right.
They seemed to die at that stage.
Right, yes. Did you see Castlelyons playing this year?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see them
no.
at all. I suppose they're a club out the country, something like yourselves.
I suppose really.
Right. You played them before '93. Do you remember that game?
I do indeed.
2 good games.
The first day we should have beaten them easily the first day, but we slackened off and they came back. But they were a good hurling team that time, and according to the paper, they are favourites for Sunday, and rightly so, because they've won all their games very convincingly this year.
They have, yeah, but I suppose they haven't met great teams, have they? Ballina or Ballinascatty, they didn't perform on the day against them.
Yeah, but
that's it. As you say, you got to beat the teams you come along.
You do, yes.
Yeah. Where are you looking to Sunday now for your strengths for Sunday? All around the field, or where in particular would you be strong?
I suppose if our forwards can get enough of the right type of ball, I think they will score, you know.
Right, yeah. You would be fairly confident, I suppose, to be have the cup down here Sunday.
Oh God, I would, yes. I would
Right.
indeed. I think it would be a great finale to the year, you know.
Absolutely,
And
yeah.
it would also
Right.
give a great lift to the under-21s who are playing the following week, you know.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It is off on the right foot.
Yes,
So
indeed.
very confident, John, facing up to Sunday's task in Park Urin, and we wish them all the best of luck. Best of luck, John.
Thanks very much, Evan.
With me is John Barrett. John, Chairman of Castlelyons. This must be a very proud year for you.
It is indeed. It's the first time in the history of the club that we've contested a county final. It's been a fierce build up to it, and things are going very well so far.
You were in. You won the junior. Was it junior B in '91? Was it?
Won the county
County
junior B in 91, that's
yeah.
correct.
And you went on.
And from that thing, we contested this cock final in 93 in junior A, and we won that.
Right.
And we got beaten by Courceys in the first round of the county in a replay, so possibly we'll score to settle there maybe.
That's right, yeah. How do you attribute your rise now from 91, say, winning the junior B up to 97, now 6 years later you're in the county junior A final?
Yes, well, we, underage teams were good back 6-7 years ago. A lot of young players came through, and they've matured over a few years now, and they've come onto the junior ranks. So, which the guys have played a lot of hurling. They played with a few lads with Cork minors, and with a few players that played senior hurling with McKilly, and a few players with Cork's intermediates and juniors. So that's how the bill came up underage level, really.
Right. And you had a few players this year on the McKilly team, the all successful McKilly team this year.
We had indeed with 4 actually, with 2 playing and 2 on the panel. Timmy McCarthy, and we had William O'Reilly, which is the captain of the junior team this year.
Right.
And we 2 lads on the panel.
Right, yeah. I suppose Timmy McCarthy is going to be a last year.
Timmy McCarthy is a big lass, no doubt about it. He's played a lot of games all the year with us, and this doesn't unfortunately happen, but these things happen. This could happen to anything, just one of these things. But he's going to be major last, but I think he'll boost the rest of us, you know.
That's right. I was just going to say it will probably boost up the rest of the players on the day, and they will go and give up their best.
Well, they will, yeah. Like, I mean, a lot of people feel sorry for him. The player himself too will be disappointed, but I think it'll boost the rest of the players. Like, you know, they will do it for him, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Absolutely. Yeah. You have a clean bill of health otherwise, have you?
Otherwise, no injury problems. Things are going well.
Right. And who's doing the training for you? You doing it?
Well, we have 3 selectors here involved. Bertie Murphy would be actually the trainer, and 2 other selectors, and we have Pat Finney, a coach, which is down from St Finbar's.
Right, yes.
So Pat's been on hurling with a long, good few years, so he's coaching the juniors at the moment.
Right. Is there a great buzz?
Well, there is, yeah. Like, since the East Cork filing, when we played East Cork filing to 2 East Cork local clubs, the build-up has been unbelievable the last 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. You got over Ballinora, and who did you get over in the other round?
We played Ballinascarty as well.
Right, yeah.
Like, we played in 4 teams. We did 19 both going into the games. We won them fairly easy, which would concern me a small bit. We didn't get a tough game, and you know, so we don't know what we're really made of really until we come to the final. That'll test us all, I suppose.
I suppose so. What's your prediction for Sunday, John?
It's a 50-50, like, you know, it is on the day of what if players, what I look at our team, if our forwards take their chances and their scores, we'll be hard enough to beat. We'll be thereabouts.
Right. So a very confident John Barrett, looking forward to Sunday's game and hoping the Castlelyons will come out on top. Thanks, John. Thank you. With me now is William O'Riordan. William is the captain of Castlelyons and plays a fullback, and also a fullback for McKilly. William, is that right? Cornerback. That wasn't too bad. He had a great year.
Oh yeah, things are going well, alright, you know. Just final hurdle, I suppose, on Sunday will be the big one, like.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Looking back, last year you were beaten in the final by Father O'Neill's in the East Cork final, is that right?
Yeah, last year was a real heartbreaker. By losing by a point to Father O'Neill's, and it was a real heartbreaker. They went on and they got beaten in the county final then.
Right.
You know.
But looking to this year now, you won the county junior B, was it in 91?
Yes.
And you've come a long way since.
Yeah, we won the East Cork in 93. We're progressing all the time, like, you know.
Right, yeah.
We've great young fellas coming on, like.
Yeah, you've a lot of young fellas coming on, a lot of fellas with great experience with Coleman's, have you?
Yes, there is a good few men after playing Coleman's now, and there is 2 of them playing this year. It is a great experience, and 2 Cork minors as well this year, so they're going well, like, you know.
Absolutely. You played in the county rounds, was it Ballinora and Ballinascarty? What was your toughest game this year, John?
I suppose in the East Cork campaign, Dungoney were tough, and Dungoney, I suppose, Dungoney in our first round against Watergrass Hill. And mentally, I suppose the final was very mentally tiring because I suppose we were under a bit of pressure after getting beaten last year on neighbours and everything, like, you know, in these Cork finals. It was mentally tougher, probably,
Right,
like, you
yeah.
know.
You played Courceys Rovers before back in '93. Did you
Yeah.
play that better?
Yeah, I played that, you know, I played wing back that day.
Right.
We got beaten after replay. The attitude is different, I think, this year, like, you know, it's a lot different this year.
Yes.
Fellas are no longer happy with the East Cork, like, they just want to go on and get the ultimate.
And win a county.
Yes.
Right. So, a very confident William here, looking forward to next Sunday, and you think you'll be lifting the cup next Sunday, will you?
Yeah, things are going well, I suppose. Team is a bit of a loss, like,
Yes.
but I think mentally the boys are right. I think they have the right attitude, so hopefully they'll go on and do it in the field on Sunday.
Right.
So I think we will win the cup on Sunday.
Right. It's a confident William looking forward eagerly to next Sunday and bringing back the cup to Castlelyons. Thanks, William.
Thanks, William.
Right. With me is Mick Spillane. Mick, you've played a long time for Castlelyons.
I have actually nearly too long now at this stage. I think I started playing junior football anyway, I'd say about 1978.
Right.
It's a long time ago now, it'll be 20 years next year.
That's all, yeah. And you played for Cork, I think, was it 87? Did you win an All-Ireland Junior in 87?
We did, we won the All-Ireland Junior in 87. We actually won the home All-Ireland in 1986.
Right.
And we got beaten in the All-Ireland, the proper final over in London that year. We got a bit of kind of a hop.
Right.
But luckily enough, we came back next year and we won it. And we won the All-Ireland proper that year.
That's right, you beat Wexford in the final, was it in Thurles? Was that the year? I think it was.
I'm not sure. We beat Warwickshire anyway, but in Páirc Uí Chaoimh in the
That's
final
right.
proper, like, but I mean, it could be Wexford now, I'm not
That's
sure.
right, yeah, that's right. But I suppose this is very special, being in the county final, in the county junior final with Castlelyons.
Well, it is, you know, something which your own club is, you know, I know it is nice to win All Irelands or whatever, like, but you know, something which your own club is really the big thing, like, you know.
Right, yeah, right. Is there a great buzz around the place for Sunday?
Oh, the rest is massive. You probably didn't see it now tonight coming down the gap, but there's flags out of every house and above down the abbey, and the youngsters are below making flags in the school and scarves and the whole, like, it is unbelievable, really, the buzz that's there, like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you really looking forward to Sunday?
Oh, yeah, it's a big occasion, like, you know, it's my biggest match probably, you know, all my time playing, and I'm playing a long time, it's probably my biggest match, like, you know.
Right.
It'd be great if we could win it, like, you know.
Yes. How, I suppose, conditions will be not suitable for hurling on Sunday, but you'll make the most of it.
Yeah, we'll have to make the most of it, and if anything, the forecast is very bad for Sunday. You know, it's a pity it's gone so late.
Yes.
But it's going to be the same for both teams, and we'll just have to make the most of it on Sunday. Like.
That's right. Where you see your strong points now, Mick?
It's hard to know really. Our backs are, as a unit, they've been playing very well. Like.
Yes.
Midfield has been going well. Obviously, Timmy's going to be last test. Like, you know, he's out in the half-hour line, but
yes.
You know, in most of the matches, there's no kind of one or two players being the best in any given days. You know, it's fairly scattered around. Like, you know, we're fairly well balanced. Like, you know, we've
very well balanced.
well,
you've had very easy games, I suppose, all through the championship this year, haven't you?
We've had actually, yeah. Our closest game, I think, was our first game against Watergrass Hill. We beat them by 4 points, but having said that, we led them by 9 points with about 5 minutes to go, so we were kind of well on top, like.
Right.
But the Bright Rovers game was probably our toughest game as a pressure game, because last year we got beaten by Far O'Neill's in the East Cork final.
That's right.
And if Rovers had beaten us this year, like, it would have set us back and off of that, like, you know, and it was a game we had to win. You were talking about having to win matches, but we really had to win that, like.
Right, yeah, right.
But the first half was close enough. We led them by 2 points at half time, but we got another goal in to start the second half, and we won by 10 points in the end.
Yes, easy enough to finish. You played against Courceys, did you, 93?
We did.
Not very happy memories.
No, but we won the East Cork in 93 for the first time since 1955. Yes. And really that was 38 years or something at the time, and that was a real big thing for us at the time to win it.
Exactly.
And you know, we couldn't really get fellas geared properly, like, for the final, you know.
Yes,
fellas had holidays books and things, and they were gone away.
Right.
But
things are geared up well for Sunday.
Oh yeah, well this year, like, you know, as I said, winning these Cork in 93 was the big thing, but the shirt was different.
Right.
You know, I know we had to get over Rovers in these Cork final, but you know, the county is really the thing this year. We were kind of geared for it all the time, like.
Very good. With me now are 3 selectors of Castlelyons, and Bertie, as I said before, it's a very proud year for Castlelyons.
Oh, it's been a great year, really, you know, and it's been a long year as well. Right. But Sunday's our big day. It's our first county final, and we're really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Right. Cal, you won the county junior in June, was it? There was great celebrations in Esbos, was there?
There was, yeah, but I think this is going to be a very important one.
Right.
A lot of work has been done here at juvenile level, and all these lads have come up through the ranks. We actually came up ourselves with them.
True.
And they're a very good hurling team. They've got a lot of hurling.
Right. Yes.
And we've fairly good balanced team. So we hope we can do it Sunday.
Right. Turning to Donald there, I suppose, Timmy, your son is going to be a tremendous lass.
Oh, he's bound to be a lass, yeah. He's bound to be a big lass of his own. But still, we're going with 15 lads, I think, and I think they're equally as good. But I think they're good enough to do the business, yeah. But he's probably is a lass, there's no doubt about that, yeah.
Absolutely. Going back now, there's a big, we say from 91 to 97, 6 years. What do you attribute the improvement in the hurling around Castlelyons to?
Well, I think mainly to our juvenile club. They've done tremendous work up through the years, and I think most of them have gone through St. Corman's as well, playing Harty, and nearly all of them have won Harty, and some have won all Ireland medals, and I think he's a great school of hurling as well. But I think our own juvenile club here has put tremendous work in with the last 12-15 years, and I think this is really standing to us at this stage.
Right, absolutely, yeah. But the few lads playing with Coleman's again this year, and a few lads with all Ireland medals, I'm sure, on the team as well.
That's right. Before we started, we had 5 All Ireland medals before we started series training. So they're all very good players, and they're all, again, they've come through the ranks again.
Yes, right.
And we have, they're blending in well with the older guys, So.
Right. And I suppose as well, Cal, has been a great year for McKelly hurling.
We had 4 lads in the panel, 2 playing and 2 lads unlucky not to be playing. So they have 4 senior county medals in the team this year as well. Timmy's 2, the under 20, 2 Irelands under 20.
The young team. I think we have, we've adapted reason to it. I think we should.
You're no stranger to the Courceys. He played them back in 93.
Played them in 93 in a quarter final, and we're well up at half time, but kind of in the second half, I'd say, and Courceys got on top,
That went to replay, didn't it?
That went to replay, yeah.
Yes.
That's the final, the second match we're talking about.
Right.
Could have won the first match, should have won the first match, but we had a few fellas below par today.
I know, yeah. Cal, you won all your games this year fairly convincingly. Is that, I suppose it's great to win them, but you haven't had any great challenge?
Well, the question is, are we that good? Are the other guys poor? We like to think we've a good team. We've got a very big score in all our matches we played, and we've played major teams there before they went in the county finals, Yarn and Delaney's, and we played Killer. We beat them all actually. With scoring up to 221 and 121 and 222 and that kind of scores. We've hit over 20 points in quite a few of our games this year. So we have that. Well, I suppose Timmy out of it next Sunday will be a bit of a loss, but we have forwards that can score. We've been a high scoring team. I think that's what that.
Yes. Right. Prediction for Sunday, Bertie?
Well, quietly confident,
Right.
3 or 4 points will do me.
Yes, absolutely. Donald, I suppose you have sentiments.
A point will do me actually.
And Cal, the final word.
Yeah.
What does Sunday night be like here?
Well, there'll be 2 Sunday nights. It depends on if we win or obviously whether we win or lose. But of course, there's a huge disappointment if we lose. But we're keeping our fingers crossed. We're fairly confident. We have a very balanced team, and I think they're good enough to do it even without Timmy.
Right. So from the Castlelyons camp, they're good enough to do it, and come Sunday night, they're hoping, and so all of Castlelyons are hoping the cup will be here in Castlelyons. So good luck to Castlelyons for Sunday.
left fullback, number 4, Casey Dawes. Right hand side, centre field, 8, Sean Potter, and number 9, Peter Murphy. Right hand forward, number 10, Harvey O'Brien. Centre forward, number 11, Joel Kane. Left hand forward,
Fáilte Robin seo go páirc rinn Tommy den seo de cluiche Kennis Shoreshores in a mind idir Fanhin na Corsica ó Ryan na Iescat agus Castlani Lehan ó Ryan McKilly. The County Junior Hurling Final postponed and you're here in Páirc Uí today. Páirc Uí London for this game and both teams lining out as selected. Courcey Rovers in goal is Seamus Hurley, cornerback Brian Hayes, fullback Gary Maloney, and in the other corner is John O'Donoghue. The half-back line we have Anto Hegarty wearing number 5. Number 6 Brian Downing, and the captain of the team is Brian. Number 6 Niall O'Donoghue. Centre field is a pairing of Charlie White and Dennis Toomey. And the wing forwards are Jamie Hayes, and the centre forward is number 11 Seamus Toomey. The full forward line is made up of John O'Regan, full forward, and in the other corner is Brian Hayes. And Castlelyons of McKilly, their first appearance in a county junior hurling final. In goal is Aidan Barry. Number 2 Barry O'Connell, full back Willie O'Riordan, and in the other corner the half back line Barry Fitzgerald, Trevor Hickey in the centre and Paul Cotter on the wing. Centre field Sean Cotter and Peter Murphy. Padraig O'Brien on the wing, in the centre Donald Sheehan wearing number 11, and wearing number 12 is Paul Cashman. Full forward line for Castlelyons, Owen Fitzgerald, Mick Spillane at full forward, and wearing number 15 Sylvester McAuliffe. Both teams beginning to line up. Castlelyons coming over here behind the Castlelyons pipe band. A very proud day for Castlelyons with their pipe band will lead both in the parade before this game. Your referee, Diarmuid Kerwin from Mayor Oak, is out there in the middle of the field, but both sets of behind the Castlelyons pipe band for the parade. And it's a proud moment for both captains there. Willie Reardon for Castlelyons here near us, and on the far side Brian Downing. The music of the Castlelyons pipe band, and the parade is on. Both sets of support underneath us. Courcey Rovers winning everything, but and going on and winning us in under 16 county. Bringing up the rear for Courceys is their corner forward Brian Hayes, and bringing up the rear for Castlelyons is their corner forward wearing number 15 Sylvester McAuliffe. Castlelyons with 4 or 5 players there have tasted All-Ireland success in colleges hurling, winning All-Ireland medals with St. Coleman's. But of course their shot today, a man who has done the club proud throughout this year and the last couple of years, that's Timmy McCarthy. Injured just a fortnight ago in a shinty match, but I'm sure Timmy is on the sideline there, wishing on his Castlelyne team and hoping they will go on to glory. Players very eager there on the parade, just can't wait for this game to get underway. And what a day we have here in Páirc Uí. Sun comes out, players looking resplendent over there as the sun shines on them, led around by Castlelyons pipe band. Good crowd gathered here in Páirc Uí for what's always an eagerly awaited match, the County Junior Hurling Final. Holders for the last year, of course, are Argadine Rangers, the men from Timoleague. Courceys
O'Brien, Pete Donovan and Donald Quinn. And Courcey Rovers are trained by a man who gave great service to Cork football and indeed to Cork hurling as a trainer, that's Kevin Kiley. Castlelyons are well looked after by Bertie Murphy, Cal McCarthy and Donald McCarthy. And training Castlelyons is none other than the great bar stalwart Pa Finn. Everything in readiness. Courcey Rovers will play from right to left in the first half. They're looking around for the flag. Very little wind down there on the field. What wind there is probably helping Castlelyons in the first half. Courcey's defending into the sun, Seamus Hurley. Johnny a cap in there and goalless. Castlelyons pipe band form up here in front of us, and very shortly they'll be playing out on again. Everything in readiness. Referee throws in the ball and the county final is underway. First to break away are Castlelyons with a long delivery down there. Gary Maloney coming out with Investor McAuliffe gets it out there, but in there is a wing back for Courceys. That's Niall. I don't know when Niall gets his clearance down the side of the field. Seamus Hayes coming out for it. Seamus Hayes doesn't get this one. Is picked up there by Paul Cashman. Paul gets a good delivery right in there towards the goal. Gary Maloney has his hand up, the ball goes past Gary. Seamus Hurley's out. Seamus collects this one onto his right and gets a great clearance, a relieving clearance right down the middle there. Up they go for it. Knocked down there into the middle of the field, but it's number 9 for Castlelyons, Peter Murphy, straight back down the middle. Mick Spillane is out. Mick flicks it out there in the corner. Courcey's out to this ball first again, flicking it out along the wing and clearing it way down here. Only though as far as Paul Cashman. Paul goes down in this one, turns and gets his shot one in, but in there as far as the centre forward, Donald Shane. Paul That was a great sideline cut there from Barry Fitzgerald. And Seamus lets this one high straight down the middle. Dropping there on the 65, up they go for it. Paul Cashman bats it down. And the centre forward there, Donald Sheen, gets it on. Stalemate in around there. Paul Cashman tries to get it up, but it's the wing back for Courceys, that's number 7. Niall O'Donoghue gets his puck in. Down there to Barry Fitzgerald, but it's Barry coming away with it. Over the 65, hand passes it across. And the man in the middle of the field there, Peter Murphy, gets a good ball right in, but batted down there by number 4, John O'Donoghue. Ball out there in the corner, in danger, hit it across the goal. Gary Maloney and Nick Spillane are in there, ball is in there. Ball comes across the goal and Seamus Hurley comes out. Battered up there by Castlelyons players, gets a hand pass away. Danger out there outside the 21 as number 15 puts it on his stick and strikes it. That was Sylvester McAuliffe striking it high and over the bar. First score of the game, just 2 minutes and 50 seconds gone. A few side. Ball batted down there, Paul Cashman comes out to collect. Puts it on his Hurley, going back to his own 65, flicks it across there, but Seamus Toomey gets it. Flicks it on up the middle. Courceys running onto this one. Yes, the referee saw a foul there. As Seamus Hayes was running onto that one. It's about 30 metres out from the goal, dead straight in front of the goal. And this will be a free to Courcey Rovers. And it's their number 10, Jamie Hayes, to take this one. Jamie rises and strikes. And Jamie makes no mistake. Straight over the bar. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. It's Courcey Rovers 1 point, Castlelyons 1 point. Aidan Barry raises the ball and gets his first puck out. Good high ball right over the 65. Paul Cashman in there, but it's Brian Downing back for it. Brian gets a good clearance out the far side of the field. Out there as John Murphy comes out from corner foul. John connects this one on his stick over the 65, cutting in towards the 20, strikes it high. There's a cheer going up because it's a great score for Courcey Rovers from the stick of John Murphy. John with Fitzgibbon Cup medals from UCC last year strikes this one high and over the bar. 2 points for Courcey Rovers, 4.5 minutes gone. Aidan Barry gets his second puck out. Right over the 65 again. Up they go for it. Castlelyons going into the attack. Good high ball rising in there. Mick Spillane falls out of his hand. Seamus Hurley is in there though. Seamus gets his clearance going towards the line on the far side. A great clearance there from Seamus Hurley under pressure from Mick Spillane. And it's inside the 45, 40 metres out from the goal. Sideline cut out there on the far side of the field. And out there on the far side of the field is Paul Cashman. Paul getting ready to take this one for Castlelyons. Shouts have come on Paul, and Paul will do his utmost, yes, rises it well, right up the middle there. Up they go for it. Struck high there, but wide. Donald Sheehan has moved out to the wing. Donald struck that one, went to the right though and wide. Seamus Hurley. Up they go for it. Seamus Hayes moving on. Seamus moves it on. Charlie White in there. It's Barry O'Connell going towards the line of Barry's stick. Yes, it's gone over the line just outside the 45 and it will be a sideline there to Courcey Rovers. Seamus Hayes leaves it there to the man in the middle of the field wearing number 9, Dennis Toomey. Outside the 45, Dennis very careful placing this one right down here in front of us. Silence here as Dennis strikes this one, strikes it low in towards the goal there. Connie Regan doesn't get it. Ball cleared by Castlelyons and added to, but Dennis Toomey is waiting in the middle of the field. Dennis strikes this one towards the goal, but going off his Hurley to the right and gone wide with 6.5 minutes of play gone. It's Courcey Rovers 2 points and Castlelyons 1 point. Gar Coolleen, the Fawn and the Corsica, Coolleen Warnick, Cashlani Lehan, Puckamock, right down there in the middle of the field. Paul Cashman is onto it. Paul loses it. Seamus Hayes battling in there, but Paul gets it out the wing there towards Barry Fitzgerald. Seamus Hayes gets it low up there. Connie Regan is out for this one. Connie has it in his hand, has he almost. Still in there as Barry Fitzgerald clears out the far side. Yes, there's a little chop there. And Charlie White outside the 65. And it will be another free to Jamie Hayes. Jamie already having sent one over for Courceys. Can he send over another one? Lively opening to this match here in Park. They're looking up because it's straight over the bar from the stick of Jamie Hayes. 3 points for Courcey Rovers. Jamie Hayes getting 2 of them. Aidan Barry, puck out and delayed right down this side of the field. Charlie White is out to this one. Charlie has it, hand passes it ahead and then kicks it on. Connie Regan coming out. A lovely flick out here in the corner by Connie. Out here to Seamus Toomey to get this one. Seamus flicks it inside with Barry Fitzgerald is there for Castlelyons. Barry tries to get up, Seamus batting, Connie Regan is in there batting for it. Connie strikes it low, Seamus Toomey's running onto this one, fails to pick it up. Ball still dithering around there. Stalemate in the corner. Ball goes over the line. Just on the 20, inside the 21, and umpire there, Dennis Desmond, raises his flag. And ball coming back to him. And once again, it's the number 9, Dennis Toomey, just inside the 21, trying to rise this one and send it right across the goal, over the bar if he can, but across the goal he'd be well happy with it. Right across the goal, it's a great ball. Jackson Farr was tussling in there, referee saw a chop down, he says that it's a free out for Castlelyons, and their goalkeeper Aidan Barry will come out and strike this one. Just inside his 21-yard line. 9 minutes of play gone in the first half as Aidan strikes this one. Good puck. Right up, Paul Cashman and Brian Downing. Stalemate in there. Ball moved out. Courcey Rovers coming away again with it. Jamie Hayes in there batting 3 Castlelyons fellas. He's outnumbered. Ball blocked down there by Seamus Hayes. Seamus isn't sure where the ball has gone. He's back there again. And a good up this side, sent by wing back there. Well, just Charlie White hit that one over the line, halfway between the 45 and the 65, and Barry Fitzgerald will have another sideline cut for Castlelyons. Barry strikes this one low, out the far side, coming out for it there is Owen Fitzgerald on his stick. College has made it under his belt. Getting out in the wing. Strikes this one high and over the bar after 10 minutes of play, just over 10 minutes of play. Now we are falling in the course, she got 3 points. Ashlani Lehan, 2 points. Barry, yes, Owen Fitzgerald in there backing for it. One comes out to make an angle for himself and gets a good high ball landing right in the square, edge of the square, batted down there by Gary Maloney. Just cleared out, Kenneth Paul. Paul looks at Paul, sends it really hard and strong on it to the back of the net. And that down there and picked up by Paul Cashman, who's moved in centre forward. And no chance for Seamus Hurley in the goal. 1-2 for Castlelyons, 3 points for Courcey Rovers. On the 11th minute, that goal coming from Paul Cashman. Good puck out from Seamus. Barry's underneath it, Hurley's underneath it. Who's going to come away with it? Barry Fitzgerald gets a go at it, but Dennis Toomey has it on his stick. Down looking for John Murphy. John Murphy lets it go over his head. Will John collect this one? He will. Connie Regan is waiting inside for it. Connie has it up, has a look at the post and strikes it high. Oh, just wide from Connie. Turned round on his left and struck it quickly, but just to the right and wide. Aidan Barry, happy that his team have just raised the green flag. Referee holds up play there while midfielder there, Tysus, Laces, far side. Ball inside to Paul Cashman just after getting the goal. Will Paul be satisfied with a point here? He would have been satisfied with a point, but it goes to the left and wide. Paul making a good run in the middle and getting a great pass, but the ball went left, off his left and wide. 12.5 minutes of play gone. Seamus Hurley. Seamus gets it out low. Seamus Hayes flicks it back. Towards the wing back there is Niall O'Donoghue. Niall under pressure. Slipping down there and going towards the line. But it's Donald Sheehan moving onto this one. Donald loose. Flicks it outside because 3 players are there. Dennis Toomey gets the ball. And down the middle there, where Seamus Toomey is. But out comes wing back there for Castlelyons. And down to the midfielder and down to Mix Balan. Mix gets a flick across. Another one coming in from the corner forward there. Sylvester McCall up high and over the bar. A good little flick on there by Mix Balan for Castlelyons. Mick was giving great service to Castlelyons and indeed has worn the red jersey of Cork. Winning an All-Ireland Junior medal back in the 80s. 1-3 for Castlelyons. 3 points for Courcey Rovers, that goal between them as the ball is out there in the middle of the field. Into the attack again for Castlelyons. And another shot coming in. And another point coming in. Another point coming in for Castlelyons. And it's again Owen Fitzgerald. Strikes it high and over the bar. Owen coming out there for Castlelyons, as I said, out to the wing, and the second point. A switch now as midfielder Dennis Toomey switches. Trevor Hickey will take this one. Halfway between his 45 and 65, and he gets a long one. Landing in the edge of the square. Gary Maloney mixed Balan underneath one. Ball goes into Seamus Hurley. Ball there in front of the goal, and the ball has got into the goal. Got into the goal there. And it looks like the number 10 for Castlelyons, Padraig O'Brien, who was run out there. Padraig switched into corner forward. Got that one into the back of the net. 2 goals and 4 points for Castlelyons. 3 points for Courcey Rovers. 15 minutes gone. Ball cleared out there by Paul Cotter, going towards the line, but kept in play by Castlelyons. Brian Hayes flicks it outside him. Hoop there. Brian runs on. Referee says there's a foul there, just inside the line 65. And Brian Downing for Courceys over there on the far side of the field. Brian will take this one. Courceys now needing a score. That's a good long delivery from Brian, right into the edge of the square. Ball in front, Aidan Barry pulls in it, ball in there in the goal, and it's cleared out. Paul Cashman under it, but ball is flicked on there well by Niall O'Donoghue. Brian Downing comes out, and Brian is taken out of it there, and a free for Brian, just outside of 65. Brian will leave it to the man who's already scored 2. That's Jamie Hayes. Jamie Hayes outside of 65. He's put one over from here before. How he'd like to put over this one. Makes up the Courcey Rovers 4 points. but they're trailing by 2 goals as we come up with just over 17 minutes of play gone in this the first half. Aidan Barry. Up they go for it. Paul Cashman was batted away there by Brian Downing. Out in the wing. Ball going towards the line. Owen Fitzgerald in there. But he was being held, and Brian will go over there once again to take the free. It's about a half a metre inside his own 65, right out in the far sideline, in the far side of the field, as Brian strikes. Landing in there left of the goal, hands go up for it, ball come beaten out, low ball going in. Connie Regan out for this one. Connie will up to send it across the goal, but it's blocked down there by Barry O'Connell over the line, and it will be a 65 for Courceys, and I suspect Jamie Hayes again. Jamie, 3 points to his name. Can he make it number 4? Little to the left of the goal. This is dropping into the square. He's go up for it. It's in there towards the goal. Towards the goal. Hands are up. Yes! Was it the corner forward? Very difficult to see who got the stick to it there. But it's a goal for Courcey Rovers, and how they like this one. With 19 minutes of play, it's greeted with rapturous applause from Courcey followers. Brian Hayes in there first to raise his hands. I wonder was it Brian Hayes who got that one. Amelie around the goal. Courcey's won't mind who got it, as long as the score goes on the scoreboard. 1-4 to Courcey Rovers. 2-4 for Castlelyons. Brian Downing gets it. Courcey's into the attack, right up the middle there. John Murphy going on to this one. Ball, Brian Hayes, Connie Regan, but it's back there for Castlelyons. Seems to be fouled, but ball breaks in there. Stalemate in there in the circle. Bodies going here and there. Ball going out the window. Out there to number 9, Peter Murphy, and Peter gets it up along looking for Owen Fitzgerald. Owen Fitzgerald gets a knock on and he goes over to 6:45, putting the ball in his hurley onto his right and strikes it high and strikes it wide. A good chance for Castlelyons there. And got on there. Jamie Hayes moving on to it. Hooked from behind as he moves on there. But John Murphy coming out, stalemate, ball coming out the window. Gets a flick on there into the corner. The wing back there. Number 7, Paul Cotter, and Paul gets his clearance down the middle. Paul Cashman and Brian Downing. Brian sticks up the love, and it's in it. Puck blocked down though. There's a free there. Number 4 there for Castlelyons goes down. That's JP Dorgan, but JP, it's only, hopefully for Castlelyons, it's just a little knock he got and he'll be fit to resume his place. But all action here, a grand open game, play swinging from one end to the other, some great scores. And just one goal between the teams. JP resumes his place there, right in the corner. And Trevor Hickey, centre back for Castlelyons, will take this one. Just inside his own 65. Referee Dermot Kelvin moves down. JP gets a lot of height, but a good distance as well. Dropping on the 21, batted out by Brian Downing. Dolan Sheehan in there. But this number 7, Niall O'Donoghue with the clearance down the far side. Well taken there by Jamie Hayes. Seamus Hayes going up for it with Barry Fitzgerald. But out comes Willie Reardon. Willie cornerback for McKinney. Fullback and captain for Castlelyons. Gets his free, and the name Seamus Hayes will go into the referee's little book as Trevor Hickey prepares to take this one. Trevor Hickey, the free, is halfway between the 45 and the 65, back in his own half of the field. "23 minutes of play gone. It's falling in the Courceys. 1 goal and 4. Castlelyons, Castlelyons, 2 goals and 4 points. Is there a sub coming on? The team for Courcey Rovers, or is it? Moves it along, Paul Catchman in there. Paul doesn't get it. Brian Downing, Barry Fistell, Brian is there again, Paul Cashman is there too, Paul is going to get this one. Not too far, David Hayes get his first touch, no. It's back in the wing there to Niall, and Niall has it on his left and strikes a good one down the side of the field. Willie Reardon out under it, beats Willie and Kai, and it's Brian Hayes who gets it up, making tracks over the 45. Hand passes it outside, and Jamie Hayes picks it up and strikes it. Just to the right and wide. That was a promising move from Courcey Rovers, but not finished off there. After 26 minutes of play almost. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes to half time. As Aidan Barry strikes this one. Brian Downing, puck blocked down there. Gets it on the ground, the great ball up the middle. Seamus Toomey and Trevor Hickey there tussling right in the middle of the field, just a little to the far side, and it will be a free to Courcey Rovers and Jamie Hayes. This is well within Jamie's range as the magic battle comes out there with Donald Quinn. Holding up well as Aidan Barry's puck lands on the 65. Up they go for it. Out there is Niall O'Donoghue. Niall trying to get it up. Slipping in there is Donald Sheehan. Donald is in there. Peter Murphy is in there. Coming out again and backing with it is David Hayes. David Hayes And up it comes. Out here to the wing. And good strike up the middle. John Murphy runs on to this one. Can he get it? He has it. And it's anybody rounds his man. He's going in. He strikes it low, but a great save and a goal by Aidan Barry. Out over the 6 in line. But that had goal written all over it. But Aidan Barry off his line and made a tremendous save and goal there for Castlelyons. With 27 minutes and 3 quarters gone, it's Jamie Hayes out on the 65 as a sub comes in for Castlelyons. And it's that great warrior, Timmy McCarthy, gets a great cheer as he comes on as the ball is struck high and over the bar there from Jamie Hayes. What a score! Timmy McCarthy wearing number 24. Timmy doesn't mind what number he's wearing. He's facing Niall O'Donoghue. Just in the game before half-time. I was suspecting he might come in the second half, but he's just in before half-time. Mix Milan and Gary Maloney coming out for it. Gary's in there, flicks it away. Oh, well taken up there. Paul Cashman looking for this one. Paul doesn't get the first time, he gets the second time though. And referee judged that Paul held on to the ball too long or threw it up and caught it, I'm not so sure. But Courceys won't mind what Timmy McCarthy will leave this one to Peter. Peter Murphy looking for Mix Milan, make us out with Gary Maloney. It's Sylvester McAuliffe going in for this one. Sylvester has it. He's looking across the goal. Looking for Mix Milan there. Field cleared away there, Paul Cashman on his stick, straight up the middle. Mix Milan coming out. Gary Maloney with it, tussling in there, Mick trying to get up. He has it, goes to his left and the hand passes it on. Owen Fitzgerald, Owen making his way in, puck blocked down there. Owen goes out and gets it again. Ball is dithering around. Owen making an angle for himself, coming out and striking this one high. Timmy McCarthy can't even keep it from going over the line and wide. We're almost a minute into injury time. Referee, I think, is calling for the ball and there'll be no more play because we've reached half-time in this very entertaining hurling final. And the score, Fonaghan na Corsica, Cool agus Coolín. Castlelyons Lehan, Gá Cool agus Caracúlín. As he comes up and he says, "'Tis umpire, start the clock." And off they go, Courceys into the attack. Trevor Hickey goes back. Seamus Toomey. Willie Reardon is out though. Over his own 45, ball in his hurley. Captain of Castlelyons is hooped there. Ball going towards the line. Moved on though. Over the line. Right in the middle of the field. Barry Fitzgerald. Great ball to Mix Milan. Gary Maloney in there with him. Ball flicked away. Brian Hayes in there. Owen Fitzgerald there. Comes across. Making an angle, striking it high, looking good. Seamus Surley has it in the goal. And Seamus strikes it much ready for Courceys. Out there to Dennis Toomey and Trevor Hickey, but picked up there by Jamie Hayes. Jamie running towards the 45. Puts it on his Hollywell hook there by the wing back. That was Barry Fitzgerald and cleared away out towards the far side of the field. Timmy McCarthy coming out for this one. Bends and lifts. Niall, I don't know in there. Niall in there and Timmy. Timmy gets it up, drops it down again. Niall in there and Timmy coming in there. And Timmy has held on to that ball too long. On the 65. And it's a free out for Courcey Rovers. Just outside their 65. And their captain, Brian Downing. Brian will leave it. Wind assisted. Brian says, I'll take it, Jamie, you go back. And Brian is going to take this one out on the far side of the field. Wind assisted, driving in towards the goal, going to the left though and wide. Almost 2 minutes of play gone in the second half. Courcey Rovers 2 points in arrears as Aidan Barry steps back to take the puck out. David Hayes now in the middle of the field for Courcey Rovers under this one, but Timmy McCarthy onto his Holly. Niall, I don't know with it. Timmy runs up the far side, very fit, running in towards the centre, putting it on his stick and striking it low across the goal. But as the ball came in there was an infringement, and the referee said it's a free out to Courcey Rovers and to Seamus Hurley. Seamus gets plenty height in this one. Landing over the 65. Up they go for it. Jamie is in there. And a knock coming in there on Peter Murphy in the chest. And it's a free out to Castlelyons. Trevor Hickey. Is he going to? Trevor picks it up. Trevor, yes, is going to take this one. A little attention needed there for Peter. Peter Murphy, College's All-Ireland medal won with Coleman's. Trevor Hickey standing over this one. Just inside his own 65 with 3.5 minutes of play gone. Coming out with it. Kick towards the line and over the line. And it's a sideline. Just inside their own 65 to Courcey Rovers. And their number 10, Jamie Hayes, goes away from it. Seamus strikes this one down the far side. Pulled before the ball came, referee says. And on the 65, Trevor Hickey for Castlelyons. Just inside the 65, Trevor's going to take this one. This will end up there. Gary Maloney gets his hand to it. Seamus Hayes gets it out. Paul Cotter running up for it. Paul going towards the line. Paul has it knocked off his stick over the line. And just outside their own 45, Courcey Rovers and David Hayes going to take this one. David Hayes on midfield for Courcey Rovers. Great cut. Barry O'Connell in there. Stalemate in there. Number 20 is in there for Courcey Rovers. Liam Toomey. Trevor Hickey in there. Seamus Toomey in there. Brian Hayes falling all around the place as Peter Murphy comes out. But a great fit by David Hayes. Niall O'Donoghue. Niall gets his clearance. The Castlelyons send it back down the wing. Niall O'Donoghue battling for Timmy McCarthy. Kicking it away in front. Goes down. Two Courcey Rovers men. He gets it across to Paul Cashman on his own. Paul has a look at the post and strikes it over the bar. 6-7 minutes of play almost gone, and the first score of the second half to Paul Cashman. Paul already have got a goal. Barry O'Connell is out. Trevor Hickey is there. But this time it's the linesman's ball, they say. And referee will throw this ball in between a player from each side. He's down, he said, and the rest move away. Throws down the ball goes towards the line and over the line. And it's going to Courcey Rovers. David Hayes, will he take this one? He took a great one the last time, yes. David Hayes, wearing number 19. Going to take this one. Past the goal. Nobody there now for Courcey Rovers. His ball is cleared out. Of course, Timmy McCarthy and Niall O'Donoghue going towards the line. Timmy McCarthy out there over the line. And Niall O'Donoghue gets it over the line. And it's a sideline cut to Castlelyons and their wing back. Number 5, Barry Fitzgerald. And on their sideline cuts out his wing to take this one. Connie Regan now operating full forward, or centre forward. Starting at full forward. That's a great cut. Out towards the corner there. Nick Spillane coming out for this one. Mick has it, loses Holly, tries to pick it up again, makes his way inside. Gary Maloney flicks it away, not too far. Flick back to Timmy McCarthy, but a good interception. Gary Maloney is there again. Of course, he's going to come away with this one. Seamus Hayes trying to get out with it, turns and twists and ball. Seamus will have to pick this one again. Ball is over the line, but it's not alone over the line, it's a free. The referee places the ball on the 21, right out in the line. And Owen Fitzgerald strikes it, hits the post, hits the upright and goes wide. Very unlucky there for Castlelyons. With almost 10 minutes of play gone, one goal between the sides. Seamus Hurley standing back for the puck out. That's a great puck out from Seamus this time. Over the 45. Trevor is there though. Trevor Hickey for Castlelyons playing and giving him a very stern warning that don't repeat that again, because it could have serious consequences. John O'Donoghue limping back there to take his place as Brian Downing gets a free right out on the far side, just outside the 45. That's a good strike from Brian. On the 21, up they go for it. Barry Fitzgerald puts it away. Courceys have it. Great ball across the goal and a great fetch by Barry Fitzgerald. Paul Cashman will get this one on the ground. Well back down by Brian Downing, but Paul is out to collect. Paul moves on over the 65, going over the other 65. Ball in his hurley, getting it up a little and have to strike it low. John O'Donoghue in there in the corner. Ball on the ground. Referee is blowing again. I think they're going to have another throw. Under full conditions, as I said, very slippery. Players find it very hard to hold their feet as he throws it in again. Ball still dithering and jathering in there in the corner. Coming out, Paul Cashman flicks across. Ball dropped there. Tries to pick it up again, and Niall getting it up the middle there. Charlie coming away with it. Knocked down there. Trevor Hickey coming to pick it up. Trevor's puck is blocked down. And it's in there. Liam Toomey had a good shot there. A great flick on there by the Castlelyons man in the middle of the field, Sean Cotter. But ball went over the line. Sinclair there, Owen Fitzgerald in there, flicking it around. Owen has it up and hand passes it on. Brian Downing there. Brian tries to collect it at the say he gets it, and a great ball by Brian up this side of the field though, where Paul is out of it. Number 7, Paul Cotter. Paul hand passes across to Trevor Hickey. Trevor has it and strikes a good ball. Mix Milan, put your hand up. Well, it's a good score coming there, a good cheer coming in for Sylvester McAuliffe, his third point of the game. For Castlelyons, putting his team 4 points up. With 15 minutes and 20 seconds, Seamus Hull is puck out, is landing already. Barry O'Connell is under batted down. Connie Regan in there. Trevor Hickey in there, kicks it low. Hurley coming in there on Peter Murphy. Peter doesn't like one little bit of it, but referee says, come here to me, Charlie. And Charlie's name, we go, starts aloud. Trevor Hickey playing centre back for Castlelyons, who are 4 points in the lead. Some great striking here today, and another great strike from Trevor Hickey. Up goes Mix Milan. Stalemate in there in front on the 14-metre line, and referee will have to bring it out and throw it in again. in the goal has a good catch. And a good clearance. Timmy McCarthy fails. Paul Cashman has another chance, another bite of the cherry. But Paul is fouled. And it will be a free out to Courcey Rovers. Things looking good now for Castlelyons. But is there a bite left in this Courcey Rovers team? They're not going to give up this game easily. Brian looking for a dry spot. It's a great ball. Up goes Barry O'Connell, bats it away. Willie Reardon out there, but only for Willie because just to give a hand out. Ball blocked down though. And cleared out there. Charlie's in there. Ball flicked away from Charlie's onto this one though. Seemed to be fouled, yes. Dead straight in front of the goal, just outside the 45, and Jamie Hayes will come up and try and send this one over the bar. Yes, no mistake, back to a goal. Courceys. Paul Cotter in there, flick back. Courceys go on the attack again. Jamie has it, has a look at the post off his left. Strikes it high, straight and through. That's a great score. A great cooling for Jamie Hayes as he exhausts his colleagues around him. Come on lads, raise your game. Ball out there in the middle. Owen Fitzgerald, lovely hurler, lovely striker. Half blocked down this time. Seamus Hayes. Courcey Rovers come away with it. And a good strike there by John O'Donoghue. Good clearance. And Courcey's getting inside there. Seamus Toby trying to get this one. Brian Hayes into it. But out there as far as Trevor. Trevor, a good strike down the far side. Looking at Timmy McCarthy and Niall O'Donoghue with him. Brian Downey over there to lend a help, but Timmy McCarthy will get this one. Timmy puts it on a stick over the 45, making his way in. They battle him up there. Timmy falls to the ground, gets the ball away, and Courceys will come away with it. Great clearance out there to David Hayes. David has it, turns his man beautifully, and off he goes. And a great strike from David Hayes. And the old lovely flick, Seamus Toomey. Come on, Seamus. Seamus and Barry O'Connell gets a good kick out there. To John Murphy. John high, and will go over the bar, it does. What a great score for Courcey Rovers from John Murphy. With 20 minutes of play gone. Who said Courceys are down and out? Just 1 point between the teams. And Courcey Rovers firing on all cylinders. Coming back here at Castlelyons, who went into a 4-point lead. Just 1 point in it. David Hayes underneath this when David bats it down. And David running onto it. Flicked away there. And Courcey's coming again. Blair is flying in low. Collecting again. Hand passing inside. And out comes Willie Reardon. And Willie is in there with Connie Regan. Ball there in front of the goal. Barry O'Connell gets a flick on it. Somebody else gets a touch on it and goes towards the line. But Courcey's running out again for it. John Murphy. Making an angle for himself and striking a great cross ball. David Hayes, can he catch? He has it! He's surely held up there, referee says play on, he strikes it low and towards the goal. Aidan Barry has it. What a cracker we're having here in this county junior hurling final in Park Erin. Batted down there for Courceys. Oh, and he goes on his back and referee says that's a free. Just inside the 65, the crowd are on their feet here in Park Erin. With 21.5 minutes of play gone, Jamie Hayes comes over and tries to add to his own personal tally. And to the tally of Courcey Rovers, he's looking for the equaliser here. But this one goes to the left. and goes wide with 22 minutes of play gone. We're having a cracker of a match here as Aidan Barry wastes no time to get this one out. Brian Downing down, Jamie Hayes, high ball dropping into Aidan Barry, in was of his hand. The ball is over the bar. Oh, what a cooling gloater from Jamie Hayes and Courcey Rovers. With 22 and a half minutes gone, Aidan Barry gets the puck out down towards Jamie. But Trevor Hickey in there. And Trevor doesn't get a flick on it because Courcey's firing on all cylinders now. Moving on to this one. Moving on, but out comes Castlelyons. And their cornerback, it's JP, breaking up that Courcey's attack. And the wing back, Paul, number 5, Barry Fitzgerald has a strike at this one. Brian Downing puts up his hand. Ball moved on. Now Gary Maloney coming out for it. Gary doesn't get it. It's Castlelyons. Up they go for it. Jamie Hayes is out. Seamus Hayes is there. But so is number 12, Paul Cashman. He is robbed. And Trevor Hickey, a great ball. Ball staying up there on the far side. And a great flick for Courcey Rovers. Out comes John. John O'Donoghue. And a good clearance by John. Sending his team into the attack. Seamus Toomey going in there. Can he control it? Will he read it in there with him? Right out there in the corner. He has it up. He's coming out to make an angle himself, but when he is still with him, he better let it go. David Hayes is in there. David falls to the ground. Ball is still there for him. David's still running on. Underfoot conditions, I said, tough. Anto. Paul, they're all in there. Courcey's have it. Connie Regan puts it on his hurley and strikes it high. Is it on its way? Yes, it is. It's over the bar. What a game we're having here in Park Erin. Just over 25 minutes play gone as Aidan Barry strikes it out. Everything to play for here. A tremendous game of hurling. Sean Cotter across field. Paul Cashman knocked away from him by that number 20 in there for Courcey Rovers. Number 20 is Liam Toomey. Into John Murphy. Come on, John. They're saying, but John, ball breaks away from him. And Paul, a great hook there. Brian Hayes is out. A great hand pass to John Murphy. John Murphy cuts inside. David Hayes running on. Willie Reardon coming out. David cuts inside him. And he strikes. It's over the bar. Over the bar. It's gone over the bar. What a great score for Castlelyons. Courcey's back looking for another one. But it's taken there by number 7, Paul Cotter. Paul puts half puck till he gets it across. Up they go for Niall O'Donoghue is there. Liam Toomey is there. John O'Donoghue gets it away. But only fellas are wing back there. Barry Fitzgerald, Barry and David Hayes tussling for it. Ball is going in there, and Courceys have it once again. Over the 65, being hoosed around the place there by JP, holding on to the ball. The ball drops, and it's flicked off his hurley, and it will be a sideline cut on the far side there to Courcey Rovers. And David Hayes. The spot being pointed out in Bear by linesman Dennis Desmond. Dennis, who gave many great years of service to Éire Óg, knows very well what it's like to win a county junior medal and the county intermediate medal. David Hayes, how he'd like to rise this one and send it across, he sends it across. But Trevor Hickey for Castlelyons. Coming away with it, Liam Toomey. Charlie puts it on his hurley, has a look. All Ireland last year with St. Coleman's. Shane is in the game. We'll follow the play as Owen Fitzgerald shapes up to this, one of the most important pucks I suppose he'll take for his club, with 29.5 minutes left, 30 seconds of play left. Seamus taking his time over this one. Referee saying don't move in there on the goal. Seamus will be very happy with a point to put his team a point ahead. Yes! His team are got a point up. The white flag is raised. We're into injury time. Actually, referee is looking at his watch. Ball comes out there, taken by Barry Fitzgerald. Well, Courcey Rovers have this one. Puck blocked down. Brian Downing in there, up in the air, but they're moving it on. Charlie underneath it. Charlie flicks it down. Out goes Paul Cotter. Paul is in there, moved on there. Brian is out for this one. Winning him on, and Brian has lost it, but he's fouled. Brian Downing is fouled. Play continues on. Owen Fitzgerald would like to hold on to it, but Courcey Rovers want to get it back. This is going to be their last chance. They need 1 point to level up matters. We're into injury time. 1-11 for Courcey Rovers, 2-9 for Castlelyons. 15 points to 15. What a game we've had in Páirc Uí Rinn. Backs and forwards underneath it. Who's going to get this one? Paul Cashman in there. Coming away with it. JP Dorgan. Puck blocked down there. Paul Cotter, or Peter. Wing back, gets a free there. Number 7, he lies down. He has the ball in his hand. Gets a pat in the back there from selectors. That's Paul Cotter. Referee throws it back to Trevor Hickey. Inside his own 65. We're in injury time. We're deep in injury time. Referee is looking at his watch. Referee loses a little note there. Trevor strikes it high. Towards the goal. Struck out. Referee is looking at his watch again. There's no more time. because the County Junior Hurling Final of 1997 is won by Castlelyons Lehan. The players embrace each other. Courcey Rovers, so disappointed, they have come so close, but they have contributed so much to what was an enthralling game of hurling here in Parky Rin. 111 to 2-9. 111 for Courcey Rovers, 2-9 for Castlelyons.
We spoke about it as well. We're looking forward to this match. It's a tremendous game of hockey. It's what's possible, you know, conditions are tough. And fellas are nervous, like, you know, it's a big occasion, like, you know, and we probably played better during the other first course. We all came down there. I suppose it was very tough for us to lose. So we have to lose by a point. And then you be able to lose by a point to be able to top down the second half, and I suppose they thought they had it. I remember we lost those catch points. But at least I had these for the different to do next week. I suppose there'll be tremendous celebration on Castlelyons for the next month. So that will be like, you know, this is a mighty achievement for our club. We've been big at Almighty Us running the last 4 years or whatever. We have great. I'm looking forward to playing the next year. That's right, man. And it's tremendous. When it matters, thanks very much, and best of luck for the celebrations. Thanks very much. Really, second county medal winning a senior medal with McKinney and a junior county medal with Castlelyons. This is fantastic. Yeah, winning any medal with the club is brilliant feeling, like, you know, to be captain today, of course, and winning the county hurling cup for Castlelyons, you know. Absolutely fantastic. We were 2 points up at half time. How did you see things at half time? I mean, we knew it was going to be tough in the second half. Courceys are tough, like, they never give up, they kept battling away, and we knew it was going to be a fight to the end, and it really was a fight to the end, like, you know. It was a great game, yeah, I'd say from a spectator's point of view it was brilliant, real nail-biting, I'd say, towards the end there, you know, and we were looking to come out on top really, like, you know. How did you see the turning point of the game? Turning point of the game? There was one. It was a tough one. Mixed plan, catching that ball, this person going for goal. That's what really fucking won it. It epitomised the spirit of Castlelyons never give up. Castlelyons never give up today. They kept battling away, and they just never kept fighting. They never give up. That's right. I suppose Timmy, the captain, today. Timmy, like,
just misfortune what happened to Timmy, like, but Timmy didn't let us down on the day, you know. I'm looking forward to playing Timmy next year. Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. Herbert Hurling, hopefully we go on and do well and get to meet it next year.
Absolutely. There's no reason why they can't, because it's a tremendous day for League and a tremendous achievement by Castlelyons and by their captain. It must be a proud man this evening.
Oh, it's relieved, more than proud. After the effort I put in, it might have missed it away, you know. Again, they showed character, you know. I know we were never beaten, and we got up and decided to do better.
Absolutely. It looked, as you say, it looked dodgy. Mostly you were 4 points up. Courceys came back to 4 points ahead.
They did actually, and in the first half we were 7 points up, and they came back to 2 points before half time.
That's right.
So you know, maybe we were with a team at half time, we seemed to win, you know, but just didn't help us.
It was a fantastic game of hurling.
Excited boys, I'd say, had it, you know. Life was brilliant. Maybe the forwards might have been up to scratch, but I think when Timmy came on, you know, we all lifted up again. That was great.
That's what I was going to say. Timmy was a great boost for me.
Well, Timmy, we knew midweek that Timmy would be playing, but we kept it quiet. Timmy wanted to play all the time. Maybe his hand was bad, he wanted to play.
Absolutely.
Everybody in the parish, I mean, they were all here today, like, I guess I'll play this thing out there, but yes, huge parish,
as I say, it's a total team effort, and I suppose today's match is a team effort as well.
Oh, big team effort, and they've been great effort since last January,
Right, we were just talking to Mick Spillane there. Mick said he had a quiet game himself, but in the end he was there when it mattered.
Mick had a quiet game, but his strength, his approach was very good, like, you know, he's been around again, absolutely.
He'll be up in the League grade next year, and I'd say a lot of teams in the League grade will be feeling Castlelyons next year.
Well, we're going to have a crack at it anyway, no? We won't be going out to fulfill the fixture, I'd say. You're anxious for a crack at it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, a great week for Castlelyons and great celebrations in Castlelyons for you. So,
everybody's welcome.
Chairman of Castlelyons, John Hunt, that's stopping stuff. Would have gone either way, like, you know. Just got the breaks down the day, but it was tough.
It was a tremendous hour.
Yeah, also, like, we got a condition on it, which is heavy, but it's a good game, like, it's not bad against it, it's tough.
At half time, Johnny was behind by 2 points. How did you see this?
We were 4 points, I think that was it becomes some that stage, you know, but it's a bit of another game, no help. Never go there first. Thank you.
Celebrations in Castlelyons going on for the week, maybe into the new year, probably. Thanks very much, Johnny.